Your light is on me, I can say I have no parts, I have no lies, but I have you. You have me, honey. Summer breaks with the storms. I don't mind getting on as we go living meant to be. If I have you, you have me, honey. Breaks with the storms. I don't mind getting on as we
Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy, this is your man, the host with the most. This is 4Trixel, also known by Chase, as from some of you folks. And man, yesterday was a absolutely amazing series to actually commentate and just watch and spectate and attend. And today we have ourselves another absolutely phenomenal matchup, and this one's going to be between AUTENTII Esports and Team Violence. So Team Violence, one of the heavy hitters, basically the favorite to win the whole thing as the first seed of the entire league. And, well, AUTENTII Esports, they had a great run at the beginning of the league and ended up falling short and coming in fourth seed coming into playoffs. That's why they have to play up against Team Violence in this semifinals instead of getting drawn with ADS Gaming or Vast Unity. But this series, it's going to be an absolutely beautiful one to watch, and I can't thank you all enough for tuning on in. Make sure to shout out your teams that you guys are here to cheer for using hashtag VOWin or hashtag AEWin for AUTENTII Esports. Now, let's get into the maps and let's break that down. So we have ourselves a gun runner. We have double gun runner, then double Hackney Yard, and then the solo St. Petrograd for the map 5. Across these two teams. Absolutely amazing stats in the respawn. That's going to be the big one that's going to matter the most. Who's going to be out on top in both of the respawns. You got Domination and Hardpoint. Team Violence, however, when they faced AUTENTII the last time around, Team Violence had the edge and they were able to take it all of the respawns. But AUTENTII Esports was able to take away a search and destroy. So, that being said, Team Violence showing shaky stuff when it comes to search and destroy. They also had lost to search and destroy prior as well, I believe. Actually, no, they didn't even lose the search and destroy. I'm absolutely flubbing my stats right now. So, AUTENTII Esports, not so perfect. They lost to Team Violence before in the past, so Team Violence are definitely your favorites in this series. But it's going to be 2 best of 5s, or at least 2 best of 5s that need to be won by Team Violence. AUTENTII Esports, they're going to have to do the same. They're going to have to try to win 2 best of 5s out of this best of 3 entire series. But the action is going to be coming soon, as both the teams are, I believe, finally in the lobby here. It looks like we might be waiting on one more player from the side of Team Violence. Swish. Looks like I had an issue with the Get Good host, so give me one moment, folks, as I look to fix that one up. It's like I had an issue with Get Good host, so I'm gonna jump back onto the host. So as I get that sorted out, folks, you guys can take some time to just enjoy this ad, this wonderful ad, brought to you by the men at the ALG League headquarters, who are running this awesome team premium program. So enjoy the ad while I get these technical difficulties sorted, and we can get right into the action. Yo guys, I am back and we are just about to start. The bot is ready. The teams are just about ready here, waiting on one more player just to move over to the respective side, and then we can get the lobby and the map loaded on in. But thank you guys so much for waiting patiently. All 53 amazing people in the chat. Thank you for waiting patiently because we are ready for some absolutely stellar gameplay from both these sides. We have the Puerto Rican brilliance out of AUTENTII Esports coming up against the team of Team Violence, who have been on a rampage so far this league. Let's get this action going as the maps are going to start up now. And I'm just right now looking to hold a bit of time with you guys. Actually, no, it looks like still missing one player on the side of AE. That's unfortunate. I don't know why they're still missing a player, but we're gonna have to get things going shortly. Looks like I'm gonna have to pull this one back and get the lobby and get the map reset up here. But again, Sithix, that comment's unnecessary for you right now to be saying that the league's late, because this is an issue with the players being late and other sort of stuff. As me myself as the caster and producer was on time, just certain elements not on time for these teams. As I'm gonna quickly just look to end this because we need to resolve a situation with the 4 versus 5 here. So we can have the teams at proper strength here for the actual series, and you guys don't get to watch a 4 versus 5. 4 versus 5 is just not what should be watched right now. As we're gonna get that all figured out and all sorted out. I know this chat so far seems to be quite one-sided towards all those people of violence, but AE supporters, you guys gotta be a lot louder here. So many more violent Team Violence supporters in the chat. I'm hella excited to see how these supporters go at each other in the chat. I want to hear a lot of banter. I want to see a lot of roasting back and forth as the series progresses past the first map, obviously. But yeah, we're gonna try to work our way into this first map. Don't you guys worry. As I'm still waiting on that last AE player to still get in here. There we go. Looks like that player's in here, so we can ready up properly. So we're gonna get that map underway. That means that, yes, folks, the music's gotta get out of here. We can get ourselves into this action here. As I'm gonna look to set up some audio stuff here for the actual map, so you guys can actually hear everything. Let's see if I can get that all set up here. Option, audio. Good. There we go. Get you guys into this action here, as it's gonna be Violence up against. Oh, I gotta quickly flip the names here, folks, so that you guys got it on the right sides. That's right, folks. It's gonna be AUTENTII Esports in red, Team Violence in yellow. Both teams off at full pace to start things off here, and holy smokes! Already such blistering gunfights here. Both teams showing up with their slaying. 1 kill separating the two teams, with 6 in favor of AUTENTII. Make that 7 to the 5 on the side of Team Violence as Brizzy jumps onto that point. AUTENTII Esports are going to start the first hill off with advantage to them in terms of good spawns for P2. As they're going to continue to also grab some points on that P1 hill. And that's that's going to be very interesting to see how those sort of developments continue to happen as AUTENTII Esports light up that kill feed and made it all red for a moment. As they're off to a hot start in this opening hardpoint, and Team Violence opposing absolutely dropping bodies right now against looks like a new sub for the side of AUTENTII Esports in Visual, who's dropping 5-1 right now. Let's see if we can jump on with opposing, who seems to be playing quite well for the side of Team Violence and rocking quite a cool skin for his character as well, I might add, as opposing's going to be looking to frighten the rest of this AUTENTII side into submission here, as his team is going to play super well here. He's going to get a few early warning shots in on that player around the doorway. And now the rest of his teammates really need to jump on into this hill and grab as much damage and get as many kills as they possibly can. As AUTENTII Esports doing a great job to stay in it, especially being a lower seed in this situation. They're not quite used to not being the favorited team in the matchup, as so far this entire league, moving on into playoffs, even past playoffs quarters, they were mostly the favorited side to winning their matchups, except for obviously the one matchup where they had to play up against Team Violence. But AUTENTII Esports have been a very impressive team in the league nonetheless, as Team Violence, they've stormed through practically all the teams in the league. I don't think we need to talk much about them, but their playstyle is very aggressive, in your face, and very fast, with Alu usually leading the charge, but this time around, he's just not finding himself in this opening hardpoint so far. Let's see if he can pick up some steam and help his team grab a lead in this one, as looks like off of some more time on this hill, you're going to see this side of AUTENTII Esports grab their lead. And going into this P3, it's going to be an early rotation out of Team Violence that's going to be rewarded with some early point time. And that's going to get themselves back into the lead here off of some great work. And opposing still being the front man for the side of Team Violence, as well as being the point man right now. Getting himself some time here, 34 seconds and counting, as an OBJ on the point with his submachine gun, and he gets taken out by Brizzy, who's been absolutely on fire for the side of AUTENTII Esports, going 11-7, helping lead the charge with successful shots, successful accuracy, and successful breaks, like possibly this one. But the trading comes through in favor of Team Violence, and that's going to be them finding themselves some more time and some more points as they're growing that lead to 88 and to 57, as AUTENTII Esports now seeing themselves on a more dominant not less dominant, but more of a larger difference sort of back foot position. Now, what can they do from that position, as they're going to look to send a player around in a parkour style? That's going to be number 5 getting taken out. But Team Violence opposing, he's going to be playing the forest side there, and he's going to finally get taken out. Now it's going to be a new player. That's going to be number 9 looking to take his place, sort of like when that Greek hero cut off the head of a Hydra and another one came in to take its place. That's sort of like what these players were doing right there in regaining control after they lose one out by Forest. What great skill, what great teamwork and collaboration, coordination, as the team was able to do so and trade out well, as G's going to jump into the face of Visual and cut off his visuals as he takes him out in the coal mine. And that's going to be him getting himself a massive run around here, as opposing gets a 3-piece. Sandbooster going to get in the action as well himself over by the point. And that's going to be G getting in the back and helping his team secure spawns for P2 going into this P1 of the second rotation of hills. Massive stuff for Team Violence as they flip the script here, and now they start to see themselves in more favorable position, not just in the kill feed, not just in the scoreboard, but on the map itself, as they're going to be spawning out and even controlling the right side of the map, pun intended, as AUTENTII Esports struggling to really catch back up here, as Alu and Swish being so disruptive over by this P1, stopping Sandbooster and his teammates from really getting on there and grabbing more time, but Sandbooster going to grab himself a two-piece and find it fitting to jump onto the point and grab his team some time, as the scrap's going to go their way for about a few seconds before they start to mount their push on over to P2. Now, how can these players on the side of Team Violence defend this one? And it looks like Opposing is going to get shut down, as he played very aggressive to try to jump into bathrooms there, but Alu's going to get a kill to help out August there at long range with the ARs, and Alu's going to start heating himself up here as he's jumping into the faces of these players with the submachine gun like we need him to do if you are a Team Violence member, as him and his team are, towing the line quite well in this hardpoint, this opening hardpoint, getting themselves a lead of 176 and counting to 90 points on the side of AUTENTII Esports. That's been quite frozen off of that last point. So far, so flawless for the side of Team Violence, but he's going to get contested on this point. And can August win his trades? He does. So he's going to grab scrap time for his teammates at that point. And now Alu, he's going to play the 1 versus 1. Very important in the back, and he gets the kill. That's going to be a massive 1 versus 1 that give them spawns in the back here. He can win a second one on the boxes. Can he get the last one? Oh my god, if Alu does this, he's not going to have the spawns. What? Oh, it looks like number 5 in Trace was able to get some sneaky Modern Warfare spawnery going the way of his teammates in the back there and catch Alu completely off guard, absolutely naked over by boxes, and he's going to get taken out, and Visual's going to start heating up in the kill feed, getting himself 3, continuing to build his spree right now, as he's going to lie down and reload and then look to pop up and get a 1 more before he gets taken out. Alu's going to jump on in all fiercely with G, and that's going to be OMG. That's the combo I want to call himself. Alu and G is just OMG, and they're going to come on in nice and hot and take down a few. G gonna take some long-range kills with that MP5, so deadly. He's gonna get another one nice and close and personal before he gets up and close and personal with a player from AUTENTII, and that's gonna be him getting taken out. Can we see AUTENTII maybe getting another opportunity at life here? Maybe another opportunity at this hill. They should get more opportunities at this hill, as 40 seconds are still left with it, but Team Violence, they're running the points right now. They're at 219. They're looking to close this one in a quicker fashion than what maybe most of us had expected here, as Visual's going to give his teammate a few love taps before Alu comes in and just wipes him off the board. And Alu, he's going to get some more to go. He's going to grab himself the Popeyes platter right here, as he grabs more than just a 2-piece. He's going to get himself on the board with 5, and he turned to get the dominant kill, just dropping his dong on the table for the AUTENTII players to be absolutely shocked at how immaculate he's performing so far. After they had looked like they had shut him down to open off the map, he's going to heat up again. That's 6. Don't give him a streak, as he's going to continue to put on a masterful performance for his team, as they're up 237 to 130, up over 100 points on their opponents here. But AUTENTII, they're going to find some saving grace in some great holds by their teammates, as they're going to be able to hold on to this hill with a solo player in Brizzy. He's going to drop down. He's going to catch one off guard. Can he catch the other one that's contesting the point? He's not, as it looks like Opposing's going to get that kill. That's going to be Team Violence grabbing some more scrap time, making that scrap time into money time, as they can win off of that if they can get some last kills here. Brizzy needs to contest with these last 3 seconds. He jumps on in. He needs the kill. He doesn't. He does get it, as his side is going to get the kill. Team Violence is going to have to rotate over to the next point and try to win it off of that one. They really can't afford to give more, but Violence gets the scrap time last second tick to win it. And that's Team Violence winning this one, 250 to 147, 100-point deficit. Masterful performance out of those players on the side of Team Violence. Not really shocking, as they weren't the underdogs in this one, but still doing such a fabulous job. And Alu spicing things up with the 30 bomb after looking so glum at the bottom for the beginnings of this map in opposing Alu and Swish dropping 30 bombs over on the side of AUTENTII. Just about to drop a 30 bomb, possibly was Sandbooster and Trey, but so far so good for Team Violence. Great work out of them. And folks, I hope you're enjoying the efforts from your teams, as AUTENTII Esports, still so much effort put on that table, and do not count them out yet in the rest of those respawns. Great work, great mudda work. As we're going to be getting ourselves into a little bit of a break as we get ourselves into the next map, maybe, just maybe, we'll see a surprise coming out of the casting table. Back, ladies and gentlemen, and by we, I just mean me for now, as Connie will eventually be joining us. Hopefully, he said he'll walk in when he is ready, but I'm going to bring you guys the opening action of the Search and Destroy to start things off, as we're going to be jumping in with AUTENTII Esports, who are down in the series right now, 0-1, after watching that first hardpoint that was rough. Very rough. AUTENTII Esports off to such a great job. I believe off to a great start with a ton of kills and looking quite good. They even got themselves a points lead at one point, but slowly but surely Alu heats up and the rest of his teammates are able to heat up around him, and they absolutely pop off and win that hard point. But here we go. Opening round of Search and Destroy. So far, it's 2 versus 2 right now, after some really good trading comes out of both those teams. As it looks like we're going to see more trading come through, but in the favor of Team Violence, or Team AUTENTII, as it's going to be all up to G in the 1 versus 2. Now, he's going to have to also retake this bomb and have to defuse it after it got planted by Sins. And now he's going to go really up into the face of Sins. He's going to take him out. And that's going to force Sandbooster to make up a new route to get himself over to that bomb to be able to check it. So now he's going to look to G is going to look to play around crates here. And now, is he going to be able to take out Sandbooster? He's going to spot him out over by that building. Now, is he going to get up into the face of Sandbooster and take him out? He's going to shoot through the metal, and it's not going to hit him. Now, will he just go for that defuse, or will he go for the kill here? That is the question, as it looks like Sandbooster is going to be able to spot out those legs and take him out like dark meat roast chicken. And that's going to be Sandbooster getting the kill here on G in the end, in the 1 versus 1. Because time just was not in G's favor, as G had to jump on that bomb to go for the defuse. As great work from him, played in the 1 versus 2 to get it down to 1 versus 1. Unfortunately, could not get rewarded with the round win in the end. But damn, AUTENTII Esports starting things off to a great start. Kind of like last map. Now let's see if they're able to continue to hold a lead and close out a game with a lead here. As they're going to find... Everybody's going to be using their utility to start things off. It's going to be Trey who finds the opening kill, though. And Brizzy's going to jump on and get them second kill of this one. As Trey's going to find it through a nasty angle. And oh my god, AUTENTII get a perfect, flawless round with all 5 players still left standing. As the Kobe Bryant nade comes through, looking a lot less like a Danny Green and more like a LeBron James title-winning shot right there for the Lakers in yellow. Except obviously not the yellow boys winning in this one. Instead, it was more the red boys of AUTENTII Esports that are up 2-0. Fortunately, guys, Call of Duty's Codcaster has issues and bugs ever since an update a while ago. After COD Champs, there's been some issues and from the HUD and whatnot with scoring and getting flipped around. And now Swish, he's going to get himself 1. Can he get himself 2 at long? He almost wins that gunfight. That would have been epic. But we're going to see the bomb get planted by the side of AUTENTII. They're going to be down in a 2 versus 3. As Alu and August are going to get in there, and they're going to get the kills to close things out, as Team Violence are going to get the defuse to go their way. That's them getting themselves on the board with their first round, and Alu giving us a little phasey-wazy trick shot right here, maybe. And unfortunately, he absolutely scuffs it all. And no, this is just sad right now. This is an all-star trying to do something all-star-like and just... unable to do so. As oh, there we go. That's the creative no-scope we all wanted to see out of him. As he's going to end up helping his team close out this round. Obviously not with that kill, but with the kills that him and August were able to get earlier. And that's going to be a beautiful round win for them. And that's going to put it into a 2-1 scoreline in this search and destroy. Now... I do see that certain someone is in the call with me now. Just whenever they want to jump on in, they can jump on in. As right now we're seeing all of Team Violence really jumping on into the faces of these AUTENTII players and not really being answered at all. As it's all down to Brizzy in the 1 versus 4. What an absolute flip of the script as Team Violence, all they need was 1 round to really start to heat up here and start feeling themselves. And now Brizzy stuck out on an island as the players start to just isolate him. The 360 comes through, the no-scope doesn't come through, but the kill comes through for Team Violence. And that's going to be the round also going to Team Violence, tying things up at 2-2 in August. It's October, but it doesn't mean August can't still fry. As he's going to take out that last player and get himself another kill in the search and destroy so far. Now, it's going to be interesting to see... now, I'm going to take a step back and look at the team's score lines, especially the KDAs from these players so far. Who has the donut? Still, nobody has a donut. That's great. This is exactly what you want to expect out of 2 teams with great search and destroy records, great search and destroy prowess, and obviously 2 top 4 teams in the league. As none of these players dropping any donuts going into round number 5 here. But you know what is going to be dropping right now? That's going to be Visuals dropping that bomb potentially down onto this bomb site. Looks like he's going to decide not to, and that might get punished right here. As the player is going to sweep around. That's going to be August getting the bomb killed off, but not going to be getting the kill in. And that's going to be the kill coming through for AUTENTII as they punished the aggressive peek out there by opposing to try to take out that palm planter. And that's Trey taking him out in textbook style as AUTENTII Esports find themselves in the lead in Search and Destroy once again. This time 3-2 instead of before being 2-0. As things are looking good for both teams so far in the Search and Destroy. Both of these teams are showing us they can win rounds on both offense and defense. But now it's all up to Team Violence to even things out now at 3-3. Can Team Violence get themselves a round to go in their favor and tie up that scoreline and maybe turn things around and give themselves their first lead in this Search and Destroy? So for now, looks like instead of planting the bomb right away, they're just going to look to play for kills, and that's going to get punished by the side of AUTENTII Esports as they're going to get 2 massive kills here. 1 trade kill comes back onto VL, also known as Visuals. You guys can see as he's going to get himself 2 kills on this round, even things out at 3-3. With the bomb being planted and now needing to be defused by AUTENTII Esports, Team Violence feeling themselves looking like they're in a way better position now. And he's going to be in a position to take out Trey as he exits the bathroom right here in front of him. That door gets closed. He doesn't look. Now he looks and he snaps onto Trey and he says, "No mas for you," as he says in English, "no more." Taking him out. It's going to be nothing for Trey there except the kill at the rock, but gets traded out lovely by That's 3 kills for him on the round. What a great showing in that round for him and his team as they're able to get themselves to a 3-3 scoreline on this Search and Destroy. This is the last map of Gunrunner for the series, folks. Those of you that are a bit sick and tired of Gunrunner all day long, or at least in every single series so far this playoffs, as we'll be on to 2 different maps for the next ones. It's going to be a back-to-back Hacienda, and map 5 will be a different map in itself. But Team Violence off to such a great start. It's going to be and August starting things off hot here. Alu not hot in the search right now, but August and combining for 15 kills. And Team Violence going to combine together their efforts, their teamwork, their gun skills, and get themselves their first lead in this Search and Destroy, putting things at 4-3. 2 more rounds for them, and they're going to be seeing themselves in a very comfortable 2-0 lead in the series. But can AUTENTII Esports muster more as they are at 3 rounds themselves? The spray is going to come out. We're not going to see what it ends up spraying. Hopefully not any chemicals related to COVID. Hopefully sanitization ones. As I hope you all are keeping safe. You guys are keeping clean. All of you in chat. Making sure during this time of year when your immune systems and people getting colds in the winter, that's when everybody's immune systems are at the lowest points. And, that's when COVID could potentially strike. As I hope you guys are doing well and you're staying safe, as Brizzy not looking safe right there as he plays hot potato with himself, throwing a nade his way, banking it. And he's going to look to try to get a kill, but opposing is going to shoot him in the face, take him out. The spray is going to come out, disinfecting everything. Opposing's going to disinfect the rest of AUTENTII Esports off the map like they're germs. And that's going to be Team Violence seeing themselves with another round. That's going to be 5-3. Will they close it out next round as they're going to be on map point in this Search and Destroy here? Though they're going to be on defense. So maybe, just maybe, they'll see themselves with the win here because defense is the favorable, I want to say, side you want to be on this map. But right now, AUTENTII Esports not making it look favorable at all. Oh my god! Alu's nade, that could be the real big difference maker. That nade on the bomb carrier, that's massive. That's going to slow down all of the plans AUTENTII Esports had of really pushing it to be really quickly here. As Brizzy now, he's going to play very passively with this submachine gun at range. And that's going to be Alu getting taken out. He's not going to do much in this potential last round of the Search and Destroy. As opposing, he's going to do a bunch more. And he's been lights out. That's going to be 2 for opposing. And maybe making it 3, except Trey. He's going to be spoiling that party for opposing. Let's see if we could jump on him in this 1 versus 2. He's going to make short work of 1 there. No, he's not going to make short work of anybody. He's going to tag that player up. And now he's forced to make this plant, but he doesn't even have the bomb. He's going to be caught in the 1 versus 2 out in the open. That's Team Violence taking out AUTENTII Esports in the 2nd map in a row. This is looking like it could be a quicker one than anticipated, folks, as we're seeing Team Violence up 2-0 in the series off of some great Search and Destroy, coming back from being down 0-2 to just ended up stomping 6-3. Really great plays out of opposing in some of those last 2 to 3 rounds there. Just absolutely more, not necessarily opposing, just more oppressing the side of AUTENTII Esports. But Trey, he was doing so much for his team, just could not get the rest of the members to really come together and win enough rounds as a team to really be in this one, get themselves the win. As unfortunately, folks, we are going to be seeing ourselves with a potential to end this series off with the domination, but can AUTENTII Esports extend it? We will be back to see that in the domination on Hackney Yard after this short ad break. So don't go anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. Map number 3 now. It's going to be, of course, a very familiar sight for myself and maybe Chase, if he visits one day. It's going to be a Hackney domination, of course, on the best Call of Duty to ever touch the series. Now, AUTENTII and Violent so far looking very strong. These are the top 2 teams in the league, categorically speaking. And we are, of course, excited to be seeing them today perform to the highest level. Now, so far, it's going to be Violence 2-0 up on the series, but, you know, we are definitely going to be seeing something special here. I do think AUTENTII's domination game is a little, well, more or less one to watch out for, because they're playing more fundamentally with the ARs, especially around this B or this B site right here, and alongside the A long cross, they'd like to watch over that as well. AUTENTII, though, again, they're playing more defensive. They're just sort of wrapping around, blocking a lot of spawns around green and A, which is really, really good. You know, if you are, of course, spawning C Hackney, you are definitely at a massive disadvantage. And that's only because Hackney C is just not really the one that you want. You know, it's just desperate at times, really, to see it. But then again, Violence right now looking to go for a nice trip cap here, but with 2 neutral and sorry, 2 taken and 1 neutral, it is really good for the ticks though off the break of the map, and we are of course seeing a lot more composure here coming in. But again, AUTENTII not really slowing out as much. Now you've got Breezy and Sins right now just playing more objective based roles and just getting the caps when needed. But you know, you need to start finding some kills. You need to start finding some passion almost. We definitely are seeing Violence though take over a little bit more comfortably here, and dare I say it, they're really being more they're sort of covering a lot of bases. Violence right now taking a trip cap here. They really are starting to, well, just show off a little bit here. You know, they are starting to show off a little bit here. Of course, being 2-0 up, you can expect them to have a little more power under the belt. But then again, we've got players in this team like G and Alu, who I really have come to fanboy over this, over the course of the league. But let's have a look now and see what's going on. We are seeing, of course, AUTENTII is a little bit more slower. We are, of course, going to be seeing, you know, flags switch over to them now, or 2-1, and we are, of course, going to be seeing a lot of players around the outside, like this one right here in August, who, of course, will find 3 quick kills, and we'll try and dominate here and get some control to make sure that A can get pressed off. But AUTENTII now spawning up outside of that P4. Can cause some issues right now for Team Violence, because we're just about there, you're going to flood B, you're going to try and get some coverage, and that's what they're doing right now. We are, of course, going to be seeing, however, we are seeing the AUTENTII side a little bit of comfort coming their way, but I'm pretty sure right now all of the scoreboard is flickering. We are seeing Violence now having a nice 13-point lead here in the very first embers of this Hackney Yard domination.
Great work.
It really, really is, Chase.
No, for sure. You're definitely seeing some absolutely stellar work out of Swish. He was definitely the player I wanted to watch the most in this one. He's one of the newer players to the side of Team Violence going into playoffs. He's been showing up really well in the earlier series. And even right now, like at the beginning of this map, he had a 6 kill streak to work with. He built himself a 6 kill streak and didn't die for 6 kills at the beginning to start this one off, and he's back on a 6 kill streak. The man is an absolute monster around B. Nobody's touching him anymore, except maybe that last player right there, VL, taking the kill off of him. But he was absolutely going off. The man is 12-5. Such a silent player, too. I haven't heard too much talk about him from other players within the league as him being an absolute force. But man, oh man, we're going to be having to talk about that lovely performer on this side of Team Violence a bit more moving on into this series. Is he's outperforming his expectations for sure, surely.
Well, JC, the first thing I'm going to ask you right now, of course, is can I please have my volume turned up on screen?
Oh, yeah.
Look it up right now. And secondly, I would like to also say we are seeing AUTENTII, however, getting a little bit more complacent, dare I say, in the last minute of this match, which is really what you don't want to be seeing. Especially in the domination of Hackney, pressure is going to be constantly needed. And we are, of course, going to be seeing players like G right there get 4 quick and take them down straight to Chinatown. But, you know, it really will not be coming down to how well these boys play it. More or less, it comes down to how they play it correctly. You know, we're seeing G right here, shouldering the correct positions, getting those 3-4 pieces that really are putting the pressure off of Violence right now. And, you know, it really does come down to one thing, and that is, that really is going to be how much can you do it and how fast can you do it. Because right now, we are going to be seeing people like opposing, August, Swish, just sort of playing around, letting G and Ali do what they do best. But, you know, so far, I'm only really seeing a lot of coverage coming in from Brizzy, 10-8, 4 caps. He really has just been running around the map, getting everything sorted. But, you know, we really are taking things a little bit more composed, Chase, if you're on the side of violence.
Yeah, Team Violence, they're not just composed. They're feeling like they're in their element right now. They had a triple cap for a good, 20 seconds there, grabbing themselves about 2 or 3 ticks of triple cap points. And this first half, the score might be close for now, but Team Violence so far, when you look at their kills, their slaying that they're doing, they're having a lot of fun. That's what the points in the actual on the map are telling me, but in the kills department, they're definitely outslaying the side of AUTENTII Esports, without a doubt. Now, AUTENTII Esports, they're going to have bad spawns for this one to start off the second half. And now that's just going to add insult to injury, in my opinion. But let's see what they can really do. Those Puerto Ricans, they are a feisty bunch. And Team Violence just maybe might falter a bit in the second half under some very interesting and potentially, innovative plays out of the side of AUTENTII Esports. Now, Connie, what are your expectations for this second half? Are you all on that? Are you on the Team Violence train here? Do you think they're going to close this one out, or do you think that AUTENTII Esports and the Puerto Rican powers are going to have something to say about it?
I think I've got something to say about it right here. Of course, we are going to be seeing more or less violence, so we're going to have a little bit more control and presence over certain flags. So sort of being a little bit mixy here, but so I'm seeing a lot of trip caps, a lot of AC plays, stuff that I don't really see very often, and that really is because it's so difficult to actually get down to a T. I'm seeing more or less violence right now. Take things a little bit slower, Of course, you can do that when the kill feed, of course, is all the yellow. But, I think AUTENTII just need to sort of, power it a little bit more, you know what I mean? I think they have the fundamentals there, but they're just not fighting back, We're seeing players, of course, like Sam Boster and Sins just not really getting the coverage that they need. And I don't know, maybe that's because, of course, Brizzy and Visual are just sort of, outpacing them a little bit with the higher machinery. But I really can't really comment too much on exactly what is being done here that really is changing the way of the map chase.
Yeah, right now I feel like just Team Violence, they've been at every single corner of this map. At least they've spread out their players a ton. You're seeing Swish doing so well, navigating around the C flag, getting kills, and continuing to hold that one, and just being the annoying player that he is. He's been doing a great job over by C. They've had 1 to 2 players over by A, 1 to 2 players by B, and they're winning their gunfights. Even if they stack a hill, at some points you're seeing a 2 versus 5 still magically go the way of a Team Violence duo, and that just can't happen if you're an AUTENTII supporter, if you're an AUTENTII team member playing in this map right now. Your team needs to be there to get kills, to trade, and to win those advantageous positions of a 5 versus 2, 4 versus 2, 3 versus 2. It's just not happening. Team Violence they either have horseshoes underneath each of their ass cheeks, or they've just got a ton of absolute talent that these players are just teaming over.
I mean, teaming over is one way to put it right now, but we are going to be seeing more or less a bit of a masterclass right here. 54-point difference coming in now. It really is something to really show your grandkids almost, but Violence is just sort of taking it in their stride. Brizzy there with some quick movement and some quick feet is trying to really get things going again, but unfortunately he isn't finding a lot of coverage. He is just sort of chilling there, minding his own business. We're not really seeing much though, but again, I think maybe if you look more into the schematics of things, we are going to be seeing damage here, of course, being a huge factor. Everyone on Violence right now near enough over 2k damage. AUTENTII, one person over 2k damage, and they're just not finding any kills. And if they are finding kills, they're not finding them at the right times, Chase.
Yeah, it's all about timing right now, and unfortunately, as I say timing, right? Time just tends to not be in the favor of AUTENTII at all here. They're going to need to muster something stronger than a 2 cap. They're going to need to have at least a 3 cap for some time here, as Team Violence, their points differential between these two is just way too large. And with 1 minute and 15 seconds left on this clock, I'd say it's just about over. Looks like Team Violence is going to end up sweeping this series, this opening series. As we all know, this is going to go about 2 to 3 days potentially if we do see a run back won by AUTENTII Esports. But Team Violence, they're going to win their day 1 matchup against Team AUTENTII Esports in such a convincing fashion, I have to say, as both of us, and even most of the people in the chat, were predicting something of a closer scoreline, a 3-1, even. Nothing more dominant than that, except obviously the massive fanatic fans of Team Violence, as Team Violence, their players are just all having fun right now, and AUTENTII Esports look like they're pretty much out of the game. Going to be unplugging their controllers, going to be leaving the lobby, and man oh man, Team Violence, spicy hot tamales, aren't they?
Really is a letdown if you're on the side of AUTENTII right now. Of course, one player in the form of Visual right now had an amazing series across the 3 maps, but there just wasn't enough power. You know, the power wasn't there. Stricken them though, going into, of course, the second match, which I do believe is going to happen this Friday. I think more or less they just need to keep things a little bit more comfortable, you know, really ride the roller coaster a bit and just stop, you know, sticking to the fundamentals sometimes, just maybe going off and getting 3-4 pieces. That really is what you need to see, Chase, if you're on the side of AUTENTII for the next time they run out.
Yeah, it's absolutely unfortunate. A team I think most of us, even players, even supporters, as well as players on the side of Violence, we had expected more from AUTENTII Esports. If we were to look at all those teams in the top 4, I think them and probably, ADS Gaming were the 2 teams that I feel like personally could really put up the best numbers against the side of Violence in terms of matching their slaying power to slaying power. But, right here, you're just seeing an absolute masterclass from the side of Team Violence. Absolutely textbook. But at the same time, did AUTENTII not play textbook too? Or were they just beat textbook to textbook?
They weren't just beat, they were just sort of, not really matching up to the style of Violence, which then again is just, a decent level of Call of Duty knowledge. Realizing the gun skills and it's just running from point A to point B quicker.
Yeah, a lot of running from point A to point B, a lot of red dot chasing potentially by the end of this one. As I think we both have been in situations where we've played from behind in a really rough spot, and as the mentals start to collapse and the players start to get more and more frustrated with each other and themselves, especially, they start to underperform, and that's kind of what just happened near the end. And thank you guys so much for tuning on in and checking out this action. We'll be bringing you some more action later on this week, potentially into the weekend as well, as the playoffs continue. We're going to be seeing the rematches for this matchup here, as well as the ADS Gaming versus Fast